What's up, you beautiful Redditors? Hope you're having a fantastic Monday. Welcome to the RNEWS Morning Show. And let's just jump into it. From r/politics, video of Lindsey Graham insisting Supreme Court vacancies should never be filled in election years goes viral. As if you can shame a Republican. They played Graham's quotes from the Bill Clinton impeachment, which directly contradicted his stances during the Trump impeachment, and it had zero effect on anything. Don't hold your breath that he will be consistent. If I recall correctly, he also left the room when the tape was played. He had a gentleman's appointment. Lindsey no longer cares. He will vote to confirm. Republicans do not play games. Edit Graham will support Trump in any effort to fill the spot. I called it www.cnn.com. They should never be filled by an impeached president who lost the popular vote facing re-election. In less than 2 months, the voters should decide this. Graham is a Republican. He will not keep his word. Republicans never do. When it comes to a vote, I hope that this video is played right in the Senate before the vote is taken. Make him eat his own words. I want you to use my words against me. If there's a Republican president in 2016 and a vacancy occurs in the last year of the first term, you can say, Lindsey Graham said let's let the next president, whoever it might be, make that nomination. Senator Lindsey Graham. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/news, US COVID-19 death toll surpasses 200,000. I remember when, months ago, the prediction of 200k deaths was scoffed at here. I also remember predictions that the total death toll, until the end of the pandemic, would be 200k. And let's not forget, it's just like the flu. 200k in the summer. Can't imagine it's gonna get better in the winter. The flu was moving around here in the Midwest really bad last January. I've never even had the flu, but my doctor said he was flooded with people coming in the last few weeks at a time. Can't imagine it's gonna be good to have flu, colds, corona, etc. all going full tilt at once. We see around 20 to 30k flu deaths per flu season each year IIRC. So that's all in about a 6 months period of time. In 6 months, we've already seen 200k COVID deaths. So it's about to get wild. A lot of people have never had the flu, but they claim they have when they get stomach issues, or a fever with vomiting. The flu can be really severe. So I'll pass on getting that or COVID or both combined. Thank you. PSA. Get your flu shots. People. No, they don't cause autism. No, they don't give you the flu. Yes, they are effective. Yes, it is essential that we create a buffer for doctors and hospitals still dealing with a steady flow of COVID patients. My uncle died from COVID in May, and the part that actually hits me deep in the gut is that it didn't have to be this way. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/World News, Brexit has now cost more than the International Space Station. Why wasn't that an option on the referendum? 1. Stay in the EU. 2. Leave the EU. 3. Build a fucking space station. I wanted a new space station, but having less brown people near me is more important. Average voter. That's the final phase of Brexit. The UK leaves Earth. Could be a Doctor Who episode. Already was. The whole of the United Kingdom of England, Wales and Northern Ireland. But not Scotland, who had wanted their own ship. Brilliant. But when the UK sees the EU randomly on the street or at a party, it's important they say they're doing good and are seeing a really successful and attractive new continent. Yeah, but once the UK is home, they just eat Doritos and stalk the EU's profile on Facebook, checking out all the pics with their hot new trade partners. Sad. Wipes Dorito fingers on crap. What AC word? Edit. Typo is, as typo does. Call me crazy, but it seems the Leave vote was a bad idea. The vote, as I understood it, was literally, leave EU. With yes, no. No one really understood what they were voting for and succumbed to sensationalism and propaganda. Let's not forget open nationalism, racism and an obscure superiority complex bizarrely built on the ashes of an empire that has been dead for a very long time. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/News, a package containing the poison ricin and addressed to Trump intercepted by law enforcement. Someone just fricked their whole life. I do not understand why anyone would do this. Do they really think Trump opens his own mail? Plus how many other people could have gotten sick or worse because of this? Why don't you just send a mean tweet if he angers you that much like a proper lad and then go vote in the next election? Now the people involved with this will never vote again in their life. I don't think someone who sends poison to the president is a Mensa member. Now the people involved with this will never vote again in their life. Investigators believe that it was sent from Canada. www.nytimes.com. Also of note, this is being reported as having happened earlier this week, not today. Edit. 2 downvotes in 2 minutes. Downvoting doesn't change facts. Yeah, dingus. He said dingus. I forgot about that word, going to use it tonight drinking. Thanks. This has happened a number of times in the past 2 decades. I think Obama had ricin sent to him at least twice, and they've been sent to several other public officials. That's why we have screening in place for stuff like this. Can you just buy that crap on eBay? Apparently it's not that hard to make. I remember that some guy in my country committed suicide by ricin some years ago. That sounds like a really bad way to do it, Imo. Yeah, apparently it can take 24 to 36 hours and there is no antidote. Brutal. You can counteract it with an equal dose of ricout. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/news, US cases of depression have tripled during the COVID-19 pandemic. If you cope with depression by using distractions, not having much to do can worsen your mood. My psychologist told me not to use distractions for my anxiety and depression, but to learn how to cope and work through it. Take control back through breathing exercises and meditation. Anyways, none of that crap worked, so now I keep extra busy and distract myself from existential dread. It works better than anything they had me do, or the loopy meds they made me take. I know different things work for different people, but I think humans have been using distraction since the beginning of time. Edit. Obligatory thanks for the awards, peeps. Also, thanks for all the suggestions. I read every one. It's good to know I'm not alone. Find what works for you. But most importantly, don't stop trying to find what works for you. It's 2020. Frick this year. Giving up is not a fricking option. Top 10 most relatable Reddit comments. And it will only get worse here in the US since it will be winter soon. Lots of people will be staying indoors. Exactly. Seasonal affective disorder is real. Almost cost me my life several times before I found out I had it. Got to stock up on sunshine while we can. And a good vitamin D supplement can help too. With everything going on right now, it will not be a good combo for those with SAD. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics, Jerry Nadler says Democrats should immediately move to expand the Supreme Court if the GOP pushes a lame duck vote. We'd have to control the Senate first though. And remember who started it: the Kentucky Turtle and his GOP enablers. Unless some real frickery happens, it's almost guaranteed within the next 2 years at least. It's not guaranteed. In fact, I have doubts that America will be a democracy 2 years from now. That's what he meant. Lame duck Senate executive if the Democrats should win it all in November. Lame duck is presuming they get voted out. We're not there yet. Lame duck means the successor has already been voted on. You're right, but the GOP called Obama a lame duck president for most of his second term, and the final year of his first term. So, I have no issue with calling Trump or the Senate lame ducks. I think the danger is asserting that he's a lame duck. We had the same mindset with Hillary, that it was in the bag. But that didn't serve us too well. Nothing is done until it's done. Republicans changed the size of the court to 8 for a year before changing the size back to 9. So Democrats would just be following the precedent they set. Time to pass another Reappointment Act 2 and expand the size of the House. And that's where we're going to end today's show. But if you like what you saw, leave a like, and if you want to see more of the RNEWS show, hit that subscribe button. As always, this has been the RNEWS show and I'll see you tomorrow.